Blog Talk Radio.
Today is Thursday, March 23rd, 2017, and this is Foxology. I am Silver Ray Fox, your host. I hope you're having a terrific Thursday, a really, truly tremendous day already. Yes, I do. Well, I'm wondering this. How did you jumpstart your day? With prayer, with a mantra, with an empowering quote? Maybe by looking in the mirror and saying, I think I am, therefore I am all that. You didn't? Well, okay, let's say it all together then. I think I am, so therefore I am all that. Yes, you are. You're awesome, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're amazing, you're complete, and whatever else you want to add on the side, you are all that and then some. You are truly marvelous, a marvelous work, and don't let anybody ever tell you that you're not. I think I am, so therefore I am all that. I hope that encourages your heart today if you needed it. Well, my guest today knows quite a bit, no, not quite a bit, a whole lot about being all that with some all that on the side. She is author and entrepreneur Alison Vaughn. She has written a book. It's titled Ms. Gold Digger, Success is Sexy, a CEO's Guide to Goal Setting, Dressing the Part, and Having It All. Sounds like to me she's got the all that formula under her belt, right? Well, she's going to share her inside info with us today. I'm happy to have her as my special guest. Welcome, Alison.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so energetic and happy to be on your show today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'll tell everybody we had some technical difficulties down to the wire, but I'll tell you, I was praying hard, and God helped make that happen. Wow. But anyway, here we are, and we're ready to rock and roll. I'm really excited to talk to you about your book and your event that's coming up and all of that. It sounds like it's just the life of a busy CEO herself. So let's get started talking about you. I would like to know, how long have you been in the speaking and coaching business? How long has that been your forte?
Well, I have been a CEO and doing business for 17 years. Actually, I am the founder and CEO of Jackets for Jobs, which is a nonprofit organization that empowers individuals to enter into the workforce, and I do career coaching and etiquette training. And so we're celebrating our 17th anniversary next month. So I'm really, really pleased about that because of the 17 years, we have been assisting over 20,000 job seekers here in the Metro Detroit area. So I'm excited about that. I'm happy to be able to touch lives, and as a result of touching so many lives and empowering wisdom to them, I decided to write a book, Miss Gold Digger.
Okay, well, let's roll back a little bit because 17 years is a long time, and I know there had to be just really awesome things in your building process. So how did you actually get started? What was that point for you?
Well, how I really got started with the Jackets for Jobs, I used to be a flight attendant, and I hired flight attendants. I was an employment representative hiring flight attendants for United Airlines. And when September 11th hit, everyone in the country was afraid to fly. And at that same time, when the country was going chaotic, that's when I wanted to do something to start my own business. And so I started it basically from that tragic situation from September 11th event and starting into the business. And so I've never looked back. And every time I see a plane in the sky, I said, that used to be my office. That used to be what I did in the air. But now I'm touching lives on the ground.
Well, it's a great thing to be doing. Yeah, for sure. And you know, the more you can give people a part of your gift, they can give people the same thing, and it has a wonderful ripple effect when you're doing life in that way. So you fast forwarding, you have a lot of things going, and your book promises us that success is sexy. So I'm really anxious to hear more about what that formula looks like. Who are you talking to with this book, Alison?
My target audience are women and some millennials and the age group a little past the millennials. And it's really just saying, you know, you can have it all. You know, a lot of times we set out to, you know, we set goals, but we don't achieve goals, and we're just really not sure how to go about achieving our goals. And that's what Miss Gold Digger, this book is all about. It's all about how to network with different people, how to dress like a CEO, have a millionaire mindset, and how to have a vision board. So because I believe in vision boards, once you write something down and once you visualize it and see it and have positive affirmation, you're more likely to achieve your goals. And that's why I'm so excited to be on your show, because you have a book out talking about what is faith. You know, you have to have faith in yourself and faith in whatever your higher being is to help you get to the next level. And so this book, Miss Gold Digger, is all about tips that are tried and tested, things that I've helped other women to do to become successful.
Well, let's start with some of the things you just mentioned. When we're talking about goal setting, one of the things you just said is we set them, but we don't do them. What's your rebuttal for that in your book? What do you tell people to do about that? Because a lot of times, do you feel that happens because people really don't know what to do? They can kind of, you know, put that on paper, but they really don't know where to go from there. What do you tell them?
Yeah, right, exactly. They just don't know where to go. They'll say, well, I want to do X, Y, Z, but they're just not sure how to do it. So I always encourage someone, whatever that X, Y, Z, whatever you want to do, find a mentor in that area, because a mentor can save you several steps. A mentor is somebody that has gone through what you're trying to go through, and they can save you a lot of heartache, they can save you a lot of steps, they can save you a lot of money, because they can say, this is what I did to get to this point. And a lot of times people just procrastinate. Procrastination is a big thing with a lot of people. Oh, I'll get to it tomorrow, I'll get to it tomorrow. And the one thing that my mother always taught me is don't put off tomorrow what you can do today, because tomorrow will have its own set of problems, its own set of things to accomplish. And so if you have 10 things to do on Monday, you know, try to, you know, as much as you can, get those things done, because on Tuesday you'll have 10 more things, and whatever you don't do Monday, you have to add on to Tuesday. And then sometimes people just get overwhelmed because they keep putting things off. And then when you're overwhelmed, you're stressed out, and then you just say, oh, forget it, I'm just not going to do it. Or I had the intention of doing it, but it just didn't happen. And so I just, you know, try to do things to encourage people. You know, have a tribe, have a network of people that can help you achieve those goals.
You know, when I hear that, I know how really real that is. It's so easy if you miss a day of trying to get something done. You'll put it off. You'll put it to the side. You'll put that paperwork or that list of goals or whatever just kind of to the side and start taking care of whatever shows up in your face for that day. And I kind of like getting to the psychology of it. To overcome procrastination, it takes taking action. And how quickly we do lose faith in what we said we wanted to do. And do you do you feel that, you know, I mentioned earlier about quotes, mantras, things you need to start your day with. Are those important to you as well?
Yes, and that is so important. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I pray every morning. I have God guide my footsteps. And in my book, I talk about prayers for your business and success, and I give several scriptures about how to pray, and scriptures that will get you on your day to be successful in business. And, you know, give thanks to God, and I give the quotes, the scriptures, and things of that area, because prayer is the most important conversation of your day. Take it to God before you take it to anyone else. And so I have that in there, and then I have a couple more prayers. So, yes, it's definitely important.
Well, that's good news and good advice. So,
oh, yes.
So let's continue to look at the strategy that you've offered in your book. You say the goal setting. So is there something that you tell people to do once they've got the goals and they've got to motivate themselves? That don't procrastinate. Do today. Don't put off. Till tomorrow what you can do today. That's all great. So what do we do then from day to day? I'm asking this question because like I know, when tomorrow comes, there is definitely a new set of things to do, challenges, and those things also can feel very bombarding to the average person. What's your plan that you offer for people when it seems like things have gotten out of sorts or imbalanced? Is it a matter of focus only, or again, what do you tell your readers? What do you tell your audiences about that? Because real life happens every day.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yes, it happens every day. So write a list of things that you would like to accomplish each day, and then I like to just, even though it's hard, I like to do the hardest part first, which is, really difficult for most people. But you just want to get the hardest, because once you get the hardest things, those things done, and then those other things on your list will be a lot easier. And then look at things in small chunks. For example, if the person wants to lose 20 pounds, don't look at it as, oh, my God, I want to lose 20 pounds. That just seems so hard. But just say, okay, my goal is to lose 5 pounds. And then after you lose 5, then say, okay, let me try another 5. And then so you take it in small chunks instead of looking at the big picture of 20 pounds, which can seem overwhelming. So if you have things to do them in small sections, if that makes sense. Because then, it gets overwhelming when you look at the big thing, like, oh, my God, I have 10 things to do today. So you say, okay, I have, this to do. And then once you cross it off your list, sense of accomplishment. And then you say, wow, okay, I had 10 things. I crossed that off. Now I'm down to 9. Okay, well, I made that phone call, and I connected with this person. I crossed that off. And then before you know it, half the day is over, and you're like, wow, I've accomplished 7 things. I'm doing good. And when you have that sense of accomplishment, it gives you motivation to keep going. Just like losing weight. If you lose 1 pound, oh, my God, I lost a pound today. Okay, I can do this. And then you go on and go on. So I think it's that one sense of accomplishment helps you go on to the next accomplishment.
Yes, for sure. I think that'll help a lot of people then kind of know how to maneuver through goals. They don't just, pop into place. It takes some strategic planning and thinking. Now, you say that dressing the part is critical, and I want you to talk about that in a couple of aspects for us, Alison, because the workplace workplace dress ethics have changed a lot. Places where we would often think of very highly professional environments have a little more casual attitude. And sometimes I feel that's like way, way off the radar, too casual. I still believe in a very polished presentation that looks like I'm a professional. That's what I believe in. That will get you shaking the right hands, opening the right doors. What is it that you say when you say dress the part? Tell us what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, sure. Dressing the part is still very important because first impressions are lasting impressions, and I truly believe that. And when I started Jackets for Jobs 17 years ago, the corporate environment, like you said, was totally different. It was the shirt and tie, the suit. It was very, very different. Here it is, fast-forwarding 17 years, and now they wear Dockers and a shirt, and dress down. Right. So the environment is totally different. But I still believe that you want to dress the part, you want to dress for the job that you want. And if you want to dress to be a CEO, you need to look like a CEO. And in the book, I use that quote, like how you're always talking about quotes and how you like quotes. Dress how you want to be addressed. So if you want to be addressed as a CEO, the head of a department, you want to dress where people have respect for you, you have authoritative look to you. And so I still believe in wearing a suit when you go for the interview. Even if that position is a casual position and they don't require a suit, you still want to dress that part when you're going for that job interview, when you're networking and when you're meeting. It's so important when you're networking and going to different functions that you still want to dress up even though it might be a casual because, like I said, first impressions are lasting, and you always want to have a polished image. And even down to your cell phone case, your shoes, your briefcase, your purse, people look at the entire package when they're looking at you. So before you even open your mouth, people are going to judge you just on your outer appearance. And that's just the way, the nature and just how people operate. People are visual, and the visual look speaks volumes before you open your mouth.
I'm so glad you detailed that because I know a lot of people will say, well, why should I have to do that? I'm who I am and all of that. Yeah, but they don't know that. They don't know anything about you usually when they see you. So you want how you show up to speak volumes. So I love that. Well, I want to ask something because I don't want people to get it twisted when you say success is sexy. Reflect on that as far as the dress, because I know you're not talking about plunging necklines and short skirts in the sense of success is sexy. So let's get that part of it really cleared up so that people don't understand. That's really not what you mean as far as showing up. That's not the look. That might be, you might have all of the right body parts and shapes and all of that to make that look, really awesome, but that's not what you're talking about. Is it?
Not at all. When I say success is sexy, meaning success is you're skilled and you're confident in who you are. And in one of the chapters in the book, I did a focus group interviewing men, asking them what was their definition of sexy, and the majority of the men responded with self-confidence, a woman that is self-confident. So that's my definition of success is sexy, meaning you're confident in who you are, you're skilled in what you do, and you're polished. You look professional. I'm not talking about the clothing. I'm not talking about wearing a mini skirt and stiletto high heels whatsoever, things covered up. And I even have a quote in here that said, gee, she turns heads with all her clothes on. And so it's all about being confident in who you are. And there's a saying, success is the best form of revenge. When you're confident and successful in what you do, people look at you. You're people that admire you look at you, and people that hate you look at you when you're confident and you're successful in what you do. So the sexy part is all about skilled and confident.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad. I wanted to get that clarified for everybody who's listening, because it would be very easy to go off on the wrong pathway with that. That's really excellent. I love it. Listen, let's hit on having all that, and then I want you to talk about Jackets for Job, because I know you have a really amazing event coming up.
Okay, sure. So there are a lot of different, so everyone needs to go to Amazon.com and purchase this book. I believe that every person, male or female, that everyone should have a book. The books in their home. They need to have their own personal library. And I believe Miss Gold Digger book is a book that every woman should have, because it gives you tips on dressing the part. It gives you scriptures to get your day going to be successful. Sometimes we get down and out and we just need a little motivation and pick me up. I have a list of songs that are written by women for women that will pick you up, motivate you. I have a story about how I got started, because a lot of times they say, how is she an authority on telling me about being a successful person? So I started the book off telling you how I rang the closing bell on NASDAQ twice, which is a position coveted for CEOs. I mean, we're talking not millions or billions, but $1 trillion. I've been to New York ringing the closing bell on NASDAQ, dealing with people with millions of dollars. I have been one of Martha Stewart's Dreamers into Doers award recipient. And, Martha Stewart is a billionaire, and she honors women that turn their dreams into reality. I'm a Goldman Sachs scholar. I'm a graduate of the Women's Campaign School at Yale. So I have authority, and I'm an award-winning entrepreneur. So I have the skills, the background, things to back up why I wrote this book, and I detail it all in this book. And so when they read my first chapter, Touched by a Billionaire, because there have been many billionaires from Oprah Winfrey to Dan Gilbert to Martha Stewart, even to our current president, Donald Trump, who has donated to our organization. So I have been in contact and been in the midst of people that are decision makers that can make good decisions and worldwide decisions to help me to move to where I am now. The TJ Maxx department store, which everyone is familiar with, invested $1 million into my organization. So I have credibility as to why I wrote this book. And I want everyone to go to Amazon.com. They can go to my website, AlisonVaughn.com, and my name is spelled with one L. So that's ALISONVAUGHN.com. And I would love to meet people. I'm having a book signing for the listeners that are in the Detroit area this Sunday on the 27th. 27th. I'm doing a book signing, and I am going to be at Fellowship Chapel Church, and that's going to be from 12:30 to 2 o'clock. And so I want everybody to come out. I love talking and meeting people, so I want everybody to come out for the book signing.
And I'm going to I do have that in the promo information that is along with the information for the show today. So that's amazing. And if you need to send me something additional, I'll be happy to post that for you as well. Well, you certainly are somebody that's having it all. I know that keeps you very busy, but I think it's so key with all of the credibility, the credentials that you have just told us about, for people to know that a book like yours is not just having a book, and it's like a lot of other authors who are coaches. It's guidance, and it's something you need to keep close by. It's something that you read and read again, and you remind yourself about certain things that you know you need to do that offer the empowerment and encouragement, which are the reasons that you wrote the book in the first place. So I'm sure that they're going to see inside those pages that all of the information that they really do need to get themselves going and to be successful, it's all there, and they can have it all. Now, do you want to tell us about how to go to Jackets? Do you want to tell us about Jackets for Jobs, too?
Yes, thanks so much for asking about that. Yes, Jackets for Jobs, we're celebrating our 17th anniversary, and that's going to take place Thursday, April 27th at Greektown Casino Ballroom. And I'm really excited about our keynote speaker for our 17th anniversary. It's going to be Alfred Edmond. He is the Senior VP and Executive Editor-at-Large of Black Enterprise. And so I know your listeners are familiar with Black Enterprise Magazine. They're familiar with Black Enterprise conferences. And so Alfred is looking forward to coming to Detroit to speak. And with our 17th anniversary, we're celebrating 10 years of a partnership with TJ Maxx, as well as 10 years of opening up our men's division. So we're going to honor 4 men that have been very supportive and instrumental in our men's division, which is Dennis Archer Jr., the son of the former mayor of the city of Detroit, Lucius Vassar, who is an attorney for Clark Hill, former Mayor Dave Ding, and Judge Craig Strong. Those 4 gentlemen have been so wonderful to Jackets for Jobs. So we're going to honor them as well as have a great speaker, Alfred Edmond. So they can go to Jackets for Jobs website, which is jacketsforjobs.org. And then they can purchase tickets. The tickets are only $40. It's a morning breakfast, so it's going to be a wonderful. Every year we sell out. So last year we had fashion icon Veronica Webb, and then the year before that we had fashion designer Tracy Reese. Before that we had Shaquille O'Neal's mother, who is an author, Lucille O'Neal. So we get some really great keynote speakers, and so this one should be no different, another sellout event.
Well, it sounds really exciting. It really does, and you've definitely got the heavy hitters on board for sure. That's wonderful. We're at a time where we're going to have to wrap up pretty soon. We just have a couple of minutes, and thank you very much for coming on today and sharing all that you do. I love talking to people who are talking to people to make sure that they go forth in life better than they were and go to higher levels and all of that. So I promised you all that at the beginning, and it was good to hear what you had to say, because you're really helping people become all that they can be. I always hate borrowing that from the Army, but it just kind of says it all. You're helping them be everything.
It does. And I love that statement, and I wrote it down. I think I am, therefore I am all of that. That was a wonderful way to start the show off. I thought that was great.
Wonderful. Well, is there any one last point you'd like to share with people, and then we're going to wrap up? And again, thank you so much. Wonderful talking to you, and just really glad I had this opportunity to share you with my audience. Is there any one point you think is a critical one for people to have?
I just want them to come out. Like I said, the people that are listening from Detroit, come out this Sunday, the Fellowship Chapel, for the book launch. It's going to be great. And I'm just happy that I'm on your radio show today, because I love the connections of faith that you and I have. I love the title of your book, What is Faith, and the faith notes and the quotes and encouragement and inspiration that you provide, and which, is some of the things that I talk about in my book. So there's such synergy there.
Yes, indeed, and I'm hoping to sometime, maybe not this year, but next year, to be in your presence. I'd love to be a part of what you've got going. It just really resonates with me in a big way too. So I wish you continued blessings and success, and thank you so much for talking again with us today. And I'm going to stay in touch, and send me anything you'd like to post. I'd love to share it with my audience as well.
Great, I definitely will. It's been such a pleasure talking with you. Such good energy. Thank you so very much.
All right, sis. You be blessed, and I'll look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Great, thank you.
And I want to thank all of you, as per usual. You're the bestest, most awesome, incredible listeners in the world, and I thank you and I appreciate you. Feel that what's going on here on the Foxology stage is something that's worth tuning into and worth getting some great information. I know there are a lot of people who do it. I'm not the only one, but I tell you what, I can promise you that each and every time that you show up here, you're going to gain some really incredible insights, information, empowerment, all of that. It's a promise. You can count on it. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to tell all of your friends and family on social media about Foxology and the great things that are happening and how they can learn and grow, be inspired and motivated to be their best selves. And remember what I said. You know what this is about? I think I am, therefore I am all that. You know, the Bible even teaches us, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So I think I am, so therefore I am all that. Take that with you today. Write that down. Make it a mantra, because you truly are a marvelous, marvelous creature. I want you to have an amazing day, and I'm going to look forward to talking to you again next time. In the meanwhile, and in the whole while, be good, be blessed, be awesome.